Don't mind. Now, these people that I'm showing you are all the kings and queens during the Hyksos period. These are not Egyptians at all. All right? These are what they call Hyksos. This is a sister, Tuyas. This is her mummy. This is her mummy. Now, the embalming was way greater in technology today. There's no way today that you can have something that have, you know, that have been embalmed and tuned for over thousands of years intact like this. Y'all see that? Now, let's see how she looked before she was mummified. Let's see.
Your entry is not valid.
That's crystal clear. That's during the Hyksos period. We were the kings and queens of Egypt during the Hyksos. It cannot be denied. So yeah, they'll tell us, well, Israelites are not written in Egyptian history. But Hyksos is. So who are they? They are shepherd kings. Look up the word Hyksos and you know they are shepherd kings. Who are the shepherds and kings? The Israelites. You can't deny that even in Egyptology. Or you can believe the story Manethos gave you. That some people came and ruled Egypt for over 200 years and disappeared off the earth and no one knows who they are. You can buy that story if you want. Or you can just go with the story in the Bible. At least it's giving you a history of some people that came there and you have history of a time period of when they left. It's easier to go with the story than trying to cover up a big fat lie. What historian will believe that some people popped out of nowhere, that from no family on the earth these people derived from? They just popped in Egypt, enough to take down all of Egypt now. It must have been hundreds of thousands of these people that no one knows who they are. Chilled in Egypt for over 300 years, then disappeared. Come on now. Y'all know, you know you ain't right with some of y'all teachings. I don't want to go into the Bible. The Bible is a white man's book. That's the problem, brother. Instead of you going into the Bible, your teacher told you that to keep you from yourself. You never even examined the book to see if it was a white man's book. You just believed your teachers. He showed you all the Egyptian greatness and all the inventions during that time. And you got stuck in Egyptology. We're not denying the fact that there was greatness in Egypt. But there was greatness every place Israel inhabited. Why stop at Egypt? Look at the greatness here. The Egyptians didn't have a capsule that can go out into space. So even America in technology is greater than the Egyptians now. Now there's more. I got something else here. Look at this Hyksos queen. Now somebody try to get Gwyneth Paltrow from this. A Hyksos queen. She's not African. She's Shemitic. Or what? Here's another lie. They was Asiatic. What nation is that? They use all these names to hide the fact that these people are the children of Israel. Or they're Asiatic. Come on, man. Either they're Hamitic, Shemitic, or Japhetic. Let's not muddy the waters. They're from either Noah's son Ham, Shem, or Japheth. All right? So that proves another thing. That proves that the Israelites must have been black Since we know the Egyptians are and were black,
Your entry is not valid.
I got something else for you. King Tut was an Israelite. If you look at the history of King Tut, he ruled during the Hyksos period. Can you get Charleston Heston out of that? And this sister right here, features were so defined, they had to chip her nose off. They had to chip her nose off. Her features were so defined. Napoleon was behind a lot of that, shooting the nose off and knocking the noses off. All this to hide the history of the children of Israel. Hold up. Somebody get Tom Cruise out of that. And the reason we're showing this because how deep do the rabbit hole go? All the nations have conspired together to hide the fact that the children of Israel are God's people in this earth. You don't want to give us any credit, but you'll use us to build your empires. So there must be something great about us. There must be something about us that's great if every empire needs us to build. Okay? Now, the age of Imhotep compared to Joseph was skewed through Manethos. They switched the dynasty lineages so that they don't link up purposely. Now, there's more. Oh, they examined everything before they did it. You have question time in a moment. We're not going nowhere because we got a meeting anyway. Y'all can hang with me tonight, right? Okay. All right. Get Psalms 83, and let's start at the first verse.
Psalms 83 and 1. Keep not thou silence, O power. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
So the enemies are the other nations that are following these other gods. A tumult is an uprising. Read.
And they that hate thee have lifted up their heads.
So the nations hate the Most High because they're following other gods and they don't believe in keeping the commandments of the Most High. When you break the commandments of the Most High, that's a sign of hatred towards it. Read.
Verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
So you other nations and these governments of this earth have taken crafty counsel against God's people. Y'all have come together in one consent. It's going to show that. Read.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
And they all have consulted against the Most High hidden ones. The Most High's people are hidden because your historians have been lying on them. All the greatness of his people have been skewed and lied on, and you've put up your people in history over God's people. Read.
They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation.
They said what?
Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Let's set up historians and cut the children of Israel off from being a nation. So instead of them seeing themselves, somebody give me that Caesar Borgia book. Where that guy at? Let me see if I got him up in here. Let me see if I have him. They said what?
Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Hold up. Let's cut them off from being a nation. There you go. Let's tell them that we're Jesus Christ. Why are they not trying to be, why the other nations are not trying to be each other? I've never seen the Catholic Church trying to act like Buddha was white. Why they gotta hide our history? Let us cut them off from being a nation. Not only did they put up this guy to be an Israelite, and this dude was an Italian. Now how do you get that? How do you get Israel out of an Italian, man? They're not the only people that did this. Okay? The Africans did it. By lying and calling us Hyksos. Because you could not hide the fact that people were living in your land over 200, 300 years. So you had to call it a different name. Read that part again. What did they say they're going to do?
They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Let's cut the children of Israel off from being a nation, read.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
So that people will not remember that they are the children of Israel. So let's call them Hyksos. Oh, that's not a people. Oh, let's call them Asiatic. And it's the people without an identity scrambling to get an identity, and you wonder why. And the only thing you can point to is the white man. The white man could not have did this by himself. The Africans did it to you too. Wake up, you guys that are in Egyptology. You're going from one slave place to another. Oh yeah, I was free in Egypt. You were a slave in Egypt. We were kings until Ramesses II said, get them out of the land before they become too great and take us down. And they started killing us. They started killing our man-child. That's why Moses had to survive on the waters into Egypt. They were killing us, man, and you trying to uphold the Egyptians. Read.
Verse 5. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee.
They are a confederate against us. All the nations' governments are against us. They've hit us. Why? Because we are more valuable to them sleep. They can still use our spirit to gain access and to gain finances in the earth. They can use our hands and our will and our manpower and our women. But how can they use it if we decide to start using it for ourselves? So they must lie to us. They have to keep the lie going to take advantage of our spirit, to come up on our ignorance. So the nations need us sleep. Read that last part again.
For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against us. Read.
The tabernacles of Edom.
Edom is the so-called white man. Now, this is the governments of the Edomites. There are good white people that have been lied to, as well as our people. But the governments of the Edomites are the head people that are behind the lie of hiding the children of Israel. Here's a perfect example. Chinese people didn't do this. Even Africans didn't do this. Okay? Arabs didn't do this. Arabs made up their own prophet, Muhammad. But Edom were the first people that put up their own people as the children of Israel. And I'll tell you this, even the Egyptians had enough respect not to call themselves Hyksos. They didn't identify themselves with us at all. They just separated themselves. But not Edom. Edom said, listen, I'm going to be me and you too. There ain't nothing you can do about it. I'm everybody. Yes, I'm the Romans. And I'm the Jews that we chased into Africa. I'm the Romans and the Jews. Y'all, you people, y'all too dumb to ever figure it out anyway, because y'all don't read. I'm going to put up an Italian to be you. Y'all don't know any better. Here's an Italian for you. Here's your God. Call him Jesus. Here he is. Edom. Read.
The tabernacles of Edom.
Go ahead.
The Ishmaelites.
The Ishmaelites. Right under Edom is who? Say it again.
And the Ishmaelites.
Ishmaelites, which are Arabs. And it's